How do you land a spot in an exciting or cutting-edge research project with absolutely zero experience? Whether you're in high school, college, university, or even a graduate student. I want to show you how I went from knowing absolutely nothing about research and networking to securing both national and international level projects, including both systematic reviews, scoping reviews, and also original research studies, where I also had the opportunity to present these projects at both national and international level conferences. So if you're new here, my name is Austin Solak, and I'm a third-year Canadian medical student studying here at Western University in London, Ontario, Canada. So today I'll walk you through how to find research opportunities even if you don't have a drop of research experience. Step one is to identify what faculty that you want to work with, be it PhDs, clinician scientists, physicians, doctoral students, and so forth. So I'm going to use the University of Toronto Faculty of Medicine, for example, but this really applies to whatever university that you currently study at, or even any university that you're interested in getting research at. So right now I'm on the landing page for the University of Toronto Faculty Directory, particularly for the Faculty of Anesthesia. So what's really nice about this website in particular is that I'm able to sort by clinical interests, research interests, what location that they're at. Are they accepting research students? And then what subcategory do I want to search by? So let's say, for instance, I'm interested in searching for doctors who are doing cancer pain management. I can filter by that sub-filter. I'm going to search it up, and then I see this professor here. So what's really nice about this website is that they have their particular research interests, they have their clinical interests, and then they also have their contact information. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click on their profile, and I can find a little bit more about their own information and about their own research. So what I recommend doing is that you can kind of do this for a handful of different professors or a handful of different faculty that you're interested in working with. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to create a spreadsheet. So I've created a template here. You're going to create a spreadsheet of, let's say, 3 to 5 particular faculty that you're interested in working with. You're going to include their name, their email, what their location is, what particular research topic that they're focused on. And then once you get to the stage of actually sending them out an email, which I'll get to shortly, you can also track the status of that email, whether it's in draft, if it's sent, and then whether you reached out to that individual on either LinkedIn or via email. So what I would kind of do from a workflow perspective for this individual is that I would find one of their publications, let's say this first one here. I can search that up in PubMed, which I have it open here. And then I can read through their study and find particular interests that I'm interested in, as well as particular areas that I want to make sure that I highlight during the reach out period. So what I recommend doing kind of along this workflow is that you can read through a few of their studies, and then you can take a few notes on what particular topics that they work on and particular things that you want to highlight when you reach out to this individual as well. The good thing is that you don't have to reach out to only faculty or only physicians that are located in the same institution that you're currently studying at. You could be on the East Coast of the United States and reach out to some faculty on the West Coast. For me, for instance, I study in Ontario, which is kind of in the central area of Canada, and I've done a few projects with a few residents and a few physicians that are working in Alberta and in BC, which is thousands of kilometers or thousands of miles away. What's really nice about doing more dry lab kind of research is that you're not limited in particular by geographical location. Now that you've collated your spreadsheet, you have a few individuals that you want to reach out to. The next step is actually drafting up the email or the LinkedIn outbound and then contacting these individuals. So I've created a few actual templates and want to show you guys actual examples of emails that I sent out. So when I was a first-year medical student, this was an email that I sent out to a few different folks, just obviously tailoring it based on the faculty that I'm reaching out to and their clinical area of expertise as well. So for this email, my subject line was Schulich School of Medicine MS1 Research Inquiry. So this could be, for example, the university that you're affiliated with, what year of study you're in, and then just allowing them to know that this is a research inquiry email. So here, Dear Dr. ABC, I hope that you're having a fantastic weekend thus far. My name is Austin Solak, and I'm a first-year medical student at the Schulich School of Medicine and Dentistry. I'm reaching out to connect with you regarding your research interests in pediatric critical care, pediatrics, critical care, and emergency medicine. These are keen areas of interest of mine, and as such, I'm very interested in working with you on this project over the next 2 years and beyond, as part of the research component of the experiential learning course. Regarding my research experience, I've been involved in several different research projects throughout my academic career, and I'm very keen to continue to grow and improve my research knowledge, abilities, and my skill set. A few examples of previous projects that I've been involved with include investigating the causal relationship of maternal, paternal, and offspring fasting plasma glucose in type 2 diabetes genes on offspring and maternal anthropometric characteristics. And most recently, I was involved in conducting a review of national level interoperability projects. In addition, I've had previous experience in conducting literature reviews, preparing manuscripts, and delivering oral and poster presentations. So I believe that becoming involved with your incredible body of work would greatly help me consolidate my future career choice, and I would really appreciate the opportunity to be a productive member of your team. If you're available and would like to further discuss this, I would be happy to connect with you over the phone, via Zoom, in person, or any other preferred mode of communication. Please let me know what works best for you, and additionally, I've included a one-page CV with this email as well. Thank you for the time to read this email, and I look forward to hearing you soon. So this is just one example of many that you can use for an email outreach. But really what you want to do is make sure that you tailor the emails to the faculty that you're reaching out to. They want to know that you've actually spent some time to read their work and that you're actually interested in their work and not just reaching out to them just to secure a research project. And then it's also good to highlight a few examples of different, if it's coursework, literature reviews that you've done, essay writing, and so forth, just so they know that you are qualified in some way. And again, it's totally fine if you don't have any research experience when you're reaching out to these individuals, but just try to tailor some of the coursework or just some of your extracurriculars to the work that you want to become involved in. And then I also always recommend also attaching a 1 or 2 page resume and even your transcript to these emails, because a lot of times if they are interested in working with you, they're going to ask for one anyway. So just by saving them a little bit of time by reaching out to them and sending out this resume attached, it's just going to help make things move faster, move quicker. So here below, I've created more of a generic template that you can use, where, for instance, you reach out to this individual, you have your name, what's your domain of study, and what school do you study at. And then you can tailor that introductory paragraph to their research projects and just showing that you've read their research. And then you can move on to the next paragraph of kind of what background information that what background experience that you've had, and then why you want to become involved in their work. These individuals are particularly busy at certain times of the day. So what I do, and what I recommend you guys doing as well, is that you can queue your email up to be sent at around 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the time zone that they're located in. And if a week or so goes by and you don't have a response for them, it's okay to send a follow-up email, just kindly following up with that individual. And if another 7 days goes by and you still don't hear from them, you can send another email out, or you can also consider reaching out to a PhD or a graduate student on their research team as well. And one thing to also keep in mind is that it's a numbers game. You're going to get a lot of no's. I got a lot of no's, but just keep your chin up, keep pushing forward, and just don't give up. You're going to lock down a project if you follow this process. And now step 3 is actually having the meeting with the faculty that you reached out to. These meetings are really a good opportunity for an introduction, both about yourself and then also the different projects that are available. They'll probably ask you about your experiences, what you've done so far, and why you're interested in working with them. And then they'll probably go over what projects that they have available or what things are kind of in the pipeline. So there's really 2 questions that you also want to make sure that you ask during these meetings. And these are, number 1, are there any mentorship opportunities available? You may not be working directly with the faculty that you've reached out to, but you might be working with medical students, graduate students, or PhDs. So it's a good kind of question just to see who you'll be working with and what avenues for mentorship are available. And then the second question that you want to ask is, are there any opportunities for publication, be it a written publication or a conference publication? I think it's totally fine if you're in your first, second, or third year of university to be working on some projects where you'll be mentioned in the acknowledgements. But as you become more senior and as you progress more throughout your undergrad and as you work more on these projects, you want to make sure that you get an authorship opportunity. So today we walk through 3 steps on how to secure research projects, whether you're an undergrad student at university or college, whether you're a high school student, or whether you're a graduate student. If you want to see another one of my videos, I'll link here my entire medical school desk setup video. I think you guys will like that one. I'll see you in the next one.